Hello, Reds fans. Welcome to the YNWA Transfer News Channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for your daily latest news.
Liverpool transfer news. Live, Alexander Isak stance, Ibrahima Konate talks, Mark Guehi decision. Liverpool made a winning start to its Premier League title defense on Friday, and more than a week to go until its next outing. You can bet there will be plenty more transfer speculation over the coming days. There is a little more than 2 weeks remaining in the summer window, and the Reds have added another new face to their ranks, with Giovanni Leone completing his move from Parma just before Friday's opener against Bournemouth. But there is, of course, another name that continues to dominate the headlines. Alexander Isak continues to be strongly linked with a move to Merseyside, and having sat out Newcastle's game against Aston Villa on Saturday, Eddie Howe has made his feelings on the striker clear. As well as Isak, Liverpool could still launch a move for Mark Guehi. Unlike the Swedish international, though, Guehi is expected to play for Crystal Palace this weekend, although the Reds remain in talks for the defender. Mark Guehi is more likely to make the move to Liverpool next year rather than this summer, according to Football Insider. Crystal Palace is said to be refusing to budge on its 54 million valuation, and it's suggested that could prevent a deal from being reached before the current window closes. Liverpool would be happy to re-enter negotiations with Guehi in a year's time, when he will be available for free, of course. Guehi wants Liverpool move. Mark Guehi wants the move to Liverpool, according to Fabrizio Romano. It's claimed that conversations are still ongoing with Crystal Palace, but an agreement on the player's side should be no problem. Second Isach bid ready. Liverpool is ready to make a second offer for Alexander Isak. According to Team Talk, it's claimed that the Reds have a new and improved bid ready, but are waiting for Newcastle to sign a replacement first. It's also suggested that Eddie Howe plans to play with two strikers this season, with Yoane Wissa and Gonçalo Ramos being linked. Dijk, closing in on transfer Liverpool, has reached an agreement with Bournemouth for Ben Dijk to complete a transfer. According to the Liverpool Echo, the winger is said to be wrapping up the formalities of the move, which will see him join the Cherries in a 34 million deal after talks accelerated on Friday. Dijk had also attracted interest from Porto, West Ham, and Wolves. Alexander Isak deadline. Liverpool has set a deadline for it to reach an agreement with Newcastle for Alexander Isak. According to Sacha Tavolieri, it's claimed that if no agreement is reached by next week, the Reds will look to move on to other targets. Barcelona has held talks with Ibrahima Konate's representatives, according to Sempre Barça. Despite being linked with Real Madrid, the defender is also being touted for Los Blancos' rivals, with Konate said to not be opposed to the idea of moving to the Camp Nou Barça, though will only make a move if it receives encouragement from Liverpool over the defender's availability. Mark Guehi is expected to play for Crystal Palace against Chelsea today, despite the speculation surrounding a move to Liverpool for him. According to BBC Sports' Sami Mokbel, the Reds are set to recommence talks for the defender on Monday, but they'll no doubt be keeping a close eye on events at Stamford Bridge today, and hoping Guehi comes through that game unscathed. Latest transfer news and rumors. Hello, Liverpool fans, and welcome to our live updates as we bring you all the latest transfer news and rumors. All eyes remain on Alexander Isak and Mark Guehi as we reach the last couple of weeks of the transfer window, and the latter could be in action later today for Crystal Palace. Stick with us as we bring you all the latest transfer gossip and more. Malik Fofana breaks silence on future amid Everton and Liverpool transfer interest. Malik Fofana has offered an insight into his future amid transfer speculation, linking him with both Everton and Liverpool. The Merseyside rivals have both been credited with interest in the highly rated Lyon youngster, who could depart this summer as the French club grapples with ongoing financial woes. Lyon's predicaments, which saw the club temporarily relegated to League Two before the ruling was reversed last month, have compelled them to contemplate offloading their star assets, with Rayan Cherki having already secured a switch to Manchester City. Everton are seeking to strengthen their attacking options, particularly on the right, and they are said to have had an offer turned down for Fofana, who scored 11 goals and finished with 6 assists last season. Liverpool are also looking for reinforcements in the final third of the field after Ben Doak moved a step closer to following the likes of Luis Diaz and Darwin Núñez out of the Anfield exit door, and Fofana illustrated precisely why both clubs could be keen on the opening day of the 2025-26 League One campaign, providing the assist for Georges Mikautadze's strike in Lions' 1-0 triumph at Lens. After the match, Fofana was questioned about whether he would stay at Les Gons until the transfer window closes. Reports Liverpool.com. Liverpool could be searching for a fresh left-sided attacker following Diaz's switch to Bayern Munich, though it's uncertain whether they will make a move for Fofana, considering the alternatives already at their disposal. Cody Gakpo has already started the campaign in that position, while new signing Hugo Ekitike can also operate there, and excitement continues to grow around teenage talent Rio Ngumoha. In conversation with Lyon-based publication Le Progrès earlier this summer, Lyon technical director Mathieu Louis-Jean commented, "We've committed to a certain number of sales. It's not certain that it will be Malik Fofana. The problem with Malik is that he's an excellent player, so it's clear that we'll be attacked now, tomorrow, in 6 months, in a year. After that, we'll decide based on the offers that come in. Should a transfer to Liverpool materialize, Fofana would be joining his ideal club, his representative Bobo Fofana disclosed in a chat with Africa Foot earlier this year. The choice of heart would be Liverpool," Fofana stated. "He has the potential to enter the rotation, and above all, we would like to see him succeed African legends such as Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, and El Hadj Diouf." Alisson Becker has admitted Liverpool faces a big challenge integrating its new signings this season and feels that has not been highlighted enough ahead of the Reds' title defense. Liverpool kicked off the new Premier League season on Friday with a 4-2 win over Bournemouth, although it wasn't as comfortable a victory as the scoreline might make it seem. Having taken a 2-0 lead thanks to goals from Hugo Ekitike and Cody Gakpo, the Reds were pegged back to 2-2 before late strikes from Federico Chiesa and Mohamed Salah eventually wrapped up the 3 points on what proved to be a nervy night at Anfield. 4 new signings were named in the side by Arne Slot on Friday, with Ekitike, Florian Wirtz, Jeremy Frimpong, and Milos Kerkez all making their league debuts for Liverpool. The Reds, though, looked shaky at times, particularly in defense, raising more doubts over their hopes of defending their title this season after questions during pre-season. Speaking to NBC Sports, Alisson admitted it will be difficult for Liverpool's new arrivals. "I think it's hard. Not many people talk about the changes we had in the team," the goalkeeper said. Alexander Isak domino effect could be started by striker Liverpool and Man Uti targeted. Goncalo Ramos has been linked with a move to Newcastle United and could hold the key to ending Alexander Isak's dramatic transfer saga. The Swedish star has reportedly vowed never to play for the Magpies again, irrespective of whether he manages to secure a transfer away from Tyneside before the deadline day. At the moment, Liverpool appears to be the only probable destination for the 25-year-old, but the club is yet to resume negotiations with Newcastle after an initial offer of $149 million plus add-ons was rejected. With less than a fortnight remaining before the summer window closes, all parties involved are hoping for a quick resolution to the striker's situation. Due to Isak's absence, Anthony Gordon was utilized as a temporary striker during Newcastle's goalless draw against a 10-man Aston Villa in their Premier League opener on Saturday. And without a reliable number 9 for their match against Liverpool next Monday, Eddie Howe will be keen to sign a new forward. Newcastle has been quoted a price of $54 for Brentford's Yoan Wissa, who netted 19 goals in 35 appearances for the Bees last season. And with the 28-year-old seemingly preferring a move to St. James's Park, it might only be a matter of time before an agreement between the two clubs is reached. However, it's former Manchester United and Liverpool target Ramos, who Newcastle has recently been linked with, which could prove incredibly fruitful in finding a new home for Isak in the coming weeks. The 24-year-old has impressed with Paris Saint-Germain since joining the Ligue 1 Giants in 2023, with 34 goals to his name across all competitions thus far. The Red Devils were reportedly in talks with PSG to bring the center-forward to Old Trafford this summer before swooping for the trio of Matheus Cunha, Benjamin Sesko, and Brian Mbeumo. Meanwhile, it is said that Liverpool is currently assessing the suitability of Ramos at Anfield in the event that they are unable to secure Isak. It wouldn't be the first time that the Reds have taken one of Newcastle's targets this summer, hijacking the Magpies' chase of Eintracht Frankfurt star Hugo Ekitike and welcoming him in a 107mm move. However, holding off on Ramos to allow Newcastle to sign him could prove incredibly beneficial for Liverpool in their pursuit for Isach. With two strikers in Wissa and Ramos in their ranks, it may spur Newcastle to provide a little wiggle room on their firm $203 million valuation of Isach at present. That could in turn see the Reds meet them in the middle to take him off their hands. The Magpies are facing a tall order, having struggled to attract top-tier talent in the current window. Not only did Newcastle miss out on Ekitike, Mbeumo, and Sesko, but they also saw Liam Delap and João Pedro opt for Chelsea, Dean Huijsen join Real Madrid, and James Trafford return to Manchester City from Burnley instead of making their way to the northeast of England. It's believed that Ramos is content in the French capital and isn't particularly eager for a move to the Premier League, despite interest. Meanwhile, with anticipated wages reported to be around $271,100 per week and a current valuation of approximately $92 million, it could end up being another futile effort for Newcastle. Forget Mark Guehi. Liverpool should target Virgil van Dijk's successor wanted by Man City. Opinion. Liverpool need to sign a new center-back this summer. With the new Premier League season on the horizon, Liverpool know that they are just one or two players away from assembling a squad capable of competing with the very best in Europe and the world. It has already been a summer of fantastic business, and there could yet still be more to come. While forward signings have stolen most of the headlines, a new center-back could be Arne Slot's greatest need of all. Captain Virgil van Dijk is now 34 and had a rare off day against Crystal Palace in the Community Shield. It would likely be smart to give the Netherlands international more opportunity to rest in less crucial games, as the Reds aim to fight on all fronts. But as things stand, Ibrahima Konate is the club's only other fit senior center half. There is no guarantee that the Frenchman even stays, as he has reached an impasse with the club over a new contract and may be tempted by reported interest from Real Madrid and Chelsea. At least one, probably two, new center-backs are a necessity. Liverpool need to sign a top center-back this summer. Mark Guehi has been reported as Liverpool's top center-back target for some time, and it is believed that the Crystal Palace captain is primed and ready to make the step up to an elite side challenging for the top trophies domestically and in Europe. The 25-year-old has just a year left on his contract, but the Eagles are reportedly driving a hard bargain despite their need to sell if the player does not sign a new deal. Quoted prices range between $40 million, $50 million, which the Reds reportedly believe is too steep a price to pay considering Guehi's contract situation. The champions may need to assess other options in case a deal cannot be struck. Another option who Liverpool should consider is RB Leipzig center-back Castello Luqueba. The 22-year-old has been touted as one of Europe's top up-and-coming defenders for some years now, receiving his first call-up to the French senior side aged 20 and making a huge 27 appearances for the U21s. The former Lion youth product has Seen reported links with Manchester City in recent days, but there is still time for the Reds to hijack a deal and bring Lukeba to Anfield instead. Thank you for watching. Like and comment. Subscribe.